The girl was taking the train alone to visit her grandmother, whom she hadn't seen in years. Along the way, she suddenly heard a familiar voice coming from a man's phone. It was her grandmother's voice. She recognized it instantly, but the man ignored this strange girl. When the train arrived, a piece of luggage almost fell on her head, but the man quickly reached out and stopped it from hitting her. His helpful action made the girl realize that this yellow-haired guy wasn't a bad person. So after getting off, she quietly followed him, hoping to find her grandmother. The man noticed and thought she was following him because she liked him. He told her to give up early, even saying he wasn't interested in obedient girls like her. Just as she was about to continue on her way, she grabbed his luggage from behind again. The boy completely lost patience and told her that if she wanted to chase him, she should take a number and get in line. The girl quickly used sign language to explain that she wasn't following him, she only wanted directions to her grandmother's house. The man froze awkwardly. When she showed him her grandmother's address, he was shocked to find out that her grandmother was his next-door neighbor. Right then, the grandmother called. The man told her he was bringing someone home. On the way back, the man's buddies joked that he went out and brought home a sister-in-law. He tossed the luggage at them and personally took the girl to her grandmother. Grandma, hearing the commotion, rushed out with tears in her eyes, only to realize the boy was teasing her again. He told her he had brought someone for real this time. When the grandmother saw her granddaughter, whom she hadn't seen in over 10 years, she froze, overwhelmed with emotion. The girl quickly typed on her phone to explain why she came. Grandma immediately hugged her tightly, and the two burst into tears. The man couldn't stand such a sentimental scene and lit a cigarette, pretending not to cry. Then he learned the truth. The girl's mother had recently died in an accident, her stepfather remarried quickly, and they even planned to transplant the girl's heart to her stepsister. With no choice, she ran away to find her grandmother. Hearing her story, the man felt guilty and assured her that this would be her home from now on. That night, he secretly brought her a set of pajamas and left a note saying the clothes were clean. Knowing it came from him, her heart raced, unaware that he was watching her from across the room. The next day, the girl brought him a bowl of mung bean porridge, saying her grandmother sent her to stay in his shop because it was too hot at home. He took her upstairs but told her she could only stay in the small balcony area. Bored, she could watch TV. After he left, she saw a drawing of a butterfly on the desk and remembered him telling her not to ruin anything. She added a few flowers beneath it. When his buddies returned, they freaked out. With the man's temper, anyone who drew in his notebook would be doomed. The girl panicked. Just then, the man came upstairs. The buddies trembled as they tried to explain, warning him not to act impulsively. The man reached out coldly for the notebook. The girl apologized with tears in her eyes, saying she shouldn't have touched his things without permission. She left for school feeling guilty. The boy hadn't intended to blame her and felt bad for being too harsh. So that afternoon, he went early to pick her up from school, saying he'd accompany her to the school office to transfer her documents. She felt he was too fierce, but he pulled her along anyway. A jealous girl who liked him saw them and angrily questioned the newcomer. The man immediately warned the girl not to mess with his little one, or she'd face consequences. In the car, the girl sat far away. He explained gently that he wasn't angry and that he actually liked her drawing. She brightened up instantly. After finishing the paperwork, he told her to go home and pack while he bought her some food. But as soon as she went home, her stepfather and his men burst in. They hadn't found a suitable heart for the stepsister, so they came to take her for surgery. At his shop, the man heard the commotion upstairs. Something felt wrong. There was no child crying, only chaos. He rushed upstairs, shouting for them to stop. After rescuing her, he asked if she was okay.